Hey out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. So I had a subscriber on my channel ask me if I would talk about immigration. And another topic that we will talk about here shortly in another video. But they wanted me to talk about immigration and what is going on at our southern border, as well as almost any other border in the U.S. So I did a little research, and, obviously there's been a problem with immigration for a long time. Not saying that, that it didn't exist years and years ago, but has it gotten worse? I think so. So the research that I came across here is since Joe Biden has took office, it says that 4.9 million illegal aliens have crossed our borders. This includes 3.9 million nationwide throughout the whole U.S. This was reported by the CBP. You can look these numbers up. 3.4 million at our southern border alone, and 900,000 goatways who have entered undetected. That's just since Biden took office in 2020. This is happening, okay? Not only is this happening, but Biden is tearing down the border wall that Trump built. It was almost finished, and now they're tearing it down and selling it for scrap. So our tax dollars that went to build that is now essentially just went into the toilet. It's been thrown away. It's garbage now. They're tearing it down and selling it for scrap to the highest bidder. So with those numbers that I just told you, 85,000 unaccompanied children from the border have been reported missing. They've just disappeared, gone. Completely gone. They have no idea where they're at. And is anybody looking? No. Nobody's even looking for them. So they have just disappeared since these millions of people are crossing our borders. Basically, also, with this 4.9 million illegal aliens crossing the borders, the 900,000 undocumented that they haven't even found, and the other millions that are crossing nationally through our borders, they have came up with 2,071 pounds of fentanyl has crossed the border into the U.S., killing people at an alarming rate. 12,898 pounds of methamphetamine has made it across the border since Joe Biden has took office. That is an astronomical amount. If anybody's seen Breaking Bad, you know that that is a lot of methamphetamine coming across our borders, and fentanyl coming across our borders, killing people at an alarming rate. They also have violent criminals on these lists that are the worst of the worst that are coming across our borders into the U.S. And what happens when these people come into the U.S., they get emergency Medicaid, so their medical is 100% paid for as soon as they crossed our border. They get bus tickets to New York City, to sanctuary cities. They're sending them alarming rates, but taxpayer dollars are paying for those tickets for them to go to these sanctuary cities. Their hotels are paid for. Now, they're putting them up in hotels that right now is on track. New York City is on track to pay over $1 billion to house illegal immigrants in New York City, in these hotels. Now, if we remember not very far back, we sent military personnel to the Capitol, and they were sleeping in garages, on the floors, and getting served cookies, and having to sleep literally next to trash. But illegal immigrants are being put up in hotels that are so fancy that they're going to pay $1 billion this year in New York alone to house illegal immigrants. The other thing they get a social security number. So when they come across the border, they get a social security number, a temporary visa, whatever it's called, and that entitles them to vote. Isn't that interesting? So I was delving a little deeper, and I found out that as taxpayers, we pay $182 billion a year for illegal immigration. These people that are coming across our borders illegally, when we have so many channels that they can come through legally, go through all the steps, and become an American citizen. They're coming through illegal. Why? They get all this free stuff. There's no penalties for it, so just might as well. So that we're paying, as taxpayers, out of our tax dollars, $182 billion a year for illegal immigration. Once again, I talked about it in previous videos, misappropriation of our tax dollars. We didn't vote for this, and we don't want this, but they're still doing it. So I looked up, just for grins and giggles, what happens if we as Americans cross the border in any other country. In China, criminal penalties including jail. In North Korea, 5 years in prison minimum for crossing their border illegal. Mexico, where these people are coming from and crossing into the U.S., if we go the other direction and we cross into Mexico illegally and they catch you, it's 2 years in prison and a $500,000 peso fine for us to cross their border illegally. And in some countries, if you cross the border illegally, you're put to death as an American. But yet the other way around, when they come into the U.S., we are paying them and basically treating them like royalty for coming into our country illegally. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. It is baffling. So I had to stop and think, what is the end game for the reason why Democrats and the rhinos and these far left people do not want to close the border? And the only thing I can come up with is this. They don't want to close the borders because they are stealing children. Obviously we still haven't got Epstein's client list. We don't know if they actually really closed down Epstein Island. But 85,000 children have went missing or more at the borders that have just been gone. No one's even looking for them. The other thing is kickbacks of millions and millions of dollars for the illegal drugs and guns that are coming across the border. The government gets a little taste of that, so they keep the borders open. It's, you've seen it in movies. The Ozarks, Breaking Bad, you see that they pay kickbacks. I know those are movies, but generally movies are always right. So kickbacks for the drug trafficking and basically laundering money that is going to Ukraine, getting put here, there, wherever, being smuggled back across the border so that way it can be laundered back into the pockets of the elites. And the biggest one that I can come up with, like I told you, they get social security numbers. And if you have 4.9 million plus the 3.4, 3.9, and 900,000, you're talking over 7 million people that get to vote for the Democrats and the rhinos for their political agenda to keep moving forward. And why wouldn't they vote for them? They got free rides, free hotels, free money, free medical. Why wouldn't they vote Democrat or for the rhinos or for the far left political agenda? So this is my video on illegal immigration. It barely scratches the surface of what's going on. But I hope this helps the person who requested this video. As always, like and subscribe to my channel. We're going to talk about everything on here that is the ugly truth. We're going to delve into all kinds of topics. If you have a topic, leave it in the comments. If you have anything to say about these videos, leave it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like I said, mainly is thing with all of these is to like, subscribe, and share them to every platform so people can see these videos. As always, if you can, go to ministriesofthewest.org and donate. It's a nonprofit that's trying to help as many people as possible, as well as small businesses. And yeah, I appreciate everybody that's liking and subscribing. My last video that I did on Friday was up to 715 views. That's pretty good for someone just starting out. So, like I said, stay vigilant, pay attention to what's going on out there, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.